Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Your words are not sounds, they are seeds. Every time you open your mouth, you plant something in the soil of your life. The question is not whether you are planting, but the question is, what kind of harvest are you preparing for? Everything that exists began as a word. Before there was light, there was language. Before there was creation, there was communication. God said, "Let there be," and there was. The universe is a product of speech, and so are you. You were spoken into existence by purpose itself. That means your words carry creative power. You are not an echo. You are a voice. You were designed to create your world the same way your Creator did through what you say. That is why Jesus said, by your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned. Your life is a reflection of your vocabulary. So let me ask you, what have you been saying about yourself? You see, some people are in prison not by walls, but by words. They have spoken failure so long that defeat has become their native language. They have declared limitation until mediocrity feels like destiny. But hear me, you will never rise above the confession of your own mouth. The tongue, my friends, is the steering wheel of the soul. It directs your future before your feet ever move. If you don't like where you are going, don't change your shoes, change your speech. The problem is not in your environment, it's in your expression. Because words frame worlds. Proverbs says death and life are in the power of the tongue. Notice, it doesn't say life and death, it says death and life. Why? Because for most people, death comes out of their mouth before life ever gets a chance. You kill dreams with sarcasm. You bury purpose under complaint. You abort potential through doubt. Every "I can't" is a funeral for what could have been. But when you begin to speak life, something powerful happens. Your words start aligning your mind, your emotions, and your actions. You begin to move in the direction of what you declare. That's why the Bible says, let the weak say, "I am strong." It doesn't say, wait until you feel strong. It says, speak it until you become it. Because words are not a reflection of reality. They are an instrument to shape it. Let me illustrate this. When a builder constructs a house, he doesn't start with bricks. He starts with blueprints. Words are the blueprints of your life. Every sentence you speak is an architectural line in the design of your destiny. The question is, what kind of house are you building with your mouth? Some of you are living in structures of your own speech, small rooms of self-doubt, cracked walls of fear, leaking ceilings of insecurity. But today, you can redesign your life by redesigning your language. You can speak new blueprints. You can say, I am more than enough, I am capable, I am chosen, I am equipped. And when you speak that consistently, heaven begins to respond to your sound. Your words reveal your belief. You don't say what you see what you say. That's the law of words. The tongue is the thermostat of life, not the thermometer. It doesn't just measure your condition, it sets it. So if you keep describing the temperature, it stays the same. But if you start declaring a new climate, your world begins to adjust. Listen to me. Your future is voice activated. The door will not open until you speak. You can't think your way out of bondage. You must talk your way out. God never told Moses to think to the mountain. He said, speak to the mountain. Why? Because authority is released through articulation. Silence is consent to whatever currently controls you. So today, make a decision, a covenant with your mouth. Speak only what builds, what blesses, what brings alignment with your divine assignment. Guard your tongue like a king guards his crown. Don't let idle words become enemies within your own kingdom. Every time you talk, you are either constructing your destiny or demolishing it. The greatest weapon on earth is not nuclear power, it is verbal power. The pen may be mighty, but the mouth moves mountains. The moment you understand that, you will stop wasting words on what you don't want and start investing words in what you do. Say this with me. My words are seeds. My mouth is soil. I plant faith, not fear. Purpose, not pain. I speak what I want, not what I see, until what I see becomes what I spoke. That, my friends, is the law of words. Everything you will ever be begins with what you are saying right now. Your speech is shaping your identity. You can't change your life until you change your language. So before you ask God to change your circumstances, ask him to cleanse your conversation. Because the future you desire is already hidden in the sentences you are willing to speak. Now hear me. My friends, the greatest battlefield in your life is not around you, it is within you. The most dangerous war you will ever fight is the one between what you believe and what you speak. Because every word you utter is a seed that falls into the soil of your subconscious mind. And whatever you plant there long enough, your life will begin to harvest. The subconscious mind does not argue. It does not reason. It simply accepts. It is the silent servant of your belief. It takes your words, whether positive or negative, and says, yes, master. It begins to arrange circumstances, thoughts, and actions to match the picture your mouth keeps painting. That's why you cannot afford to joke with your words. Even sarcasm is a seed. Let me tell you something profound. Your tongue is the pen that writes upon the tablet of your heart. Every confession inscribes an instruction in your inner system. And over time, that instruction becomes your instinct. You start reacting according to what you've repeatedly told yourself. That's why the scriptures tell us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart here is not your organ. It is your subconscious belief system, the autopilot of your destiny. Some people think they are unlucky when in truth they are simply programmed. You see, belief is not a moment, it is a pattern. And the pattern you believe determines the pattern you live. If you believe that life is against you, your mind will gather evidence to prove it. If you believe you are favored, your mind will find opportunity even in adversity. The mind is loyal to whatever message it hears most often. That's why you must take control of your internal dialogue. Your subconscious mind is always listening. Even when you are silent, it is eavesdropping on your thoughts. That's why Dr. Munroe always said, you are the architect of your thoughts. Because thought is the root, word is the expression, and belief is the foundation that holds both together. When you say, I can't do this, your subconscious does not argue, it obeys. It begins to shut down creativity, courage, and confidence. It says, you heard him, he can. But when you say, I can do all things, that same mind begins to activate resources you didn't know you had. Your belief tells your brain what to see, what to ignore, what to pursue. The power of belief transforms invisible faith into visible fruit. Think of your mind as a field. Words are seeds, emotions are water, and belief is sunlight. You can plant positive words, but if you believe negative outcomes, you choke your own harvest. Faith and fear are both belief systems. One trusts divine truth, the other trusts disaster. Both are prophecies you fulfill. The subconscious is trained through repetition, not reaction. That's why daily declarations matter. The more you say it, the more you believe it. The more you believe it, the more you behave it. And your behavior, my friends, becomes your becoming. You will always act out what you believe in most. Let me make this plain. You don't become successful because you want to. You become successful because your subconscious accepts success as normal. You don't stay poor because you lack talent. You stay poor because your mind feels at home in limitation. Until you change the address of your belief, you cannot move to a new level of living. Listen carefully. The subconscious does not understand the future. It only understands the present. So when you say, I will be great one day, your mind says, not now. But when you declare, I am great, I am becoming greater each day. Your mind says yes now and starts working immediately to prove it true. The key is present tense faith. Speak as if it already is, and your mind begins to build it as reality. Your belief system is your autopilot. If your outer life keeps crashing, don't fix the wings, fix the coordinates. Reprogram the inner flight plan. Stop saying, I'm always late, and start declaring, I'm disciplined and on time. Stop saying, I'm not good with people, and start saying, I am favored and full of grace, because whatever you continually speak becomes a command that your subconscious must carry out. Faith is not pretending, it's programming. Every time you speak a word of truth, you rewrite the code of your inner world. The mind works like a computer. Input determines output. Garbage in, garbage out, glory in, glory out. You can't download peace from a vocabulary of panic. You can't manifest abundance from the language of lack. What you say is what you save into the hard drive of your soul. So I challenge you today, monitor your self-talk. Catch every negative word before it roots itself. Replace it immediately with the truth of who you are. Declare it daily until your belief aligns with your destiny, and you will begin to notice your emotions shifting, your posture changing, your confidence growing. Because when belief and speech agree, manifestation becomes inevitable. My friends, this is the divine technology of transformation. The world was framed by words, but it was sustained by belief. The same power that formed galaxies is available to you through your mouth and your mind. You are writing the script of your future with every sentence you repeat. So stand tall, square your shoulders, and declare, I believe what God says about me. I believe I am capable. I believe I am chosen. I believe I am enough. Because the moment you believe it, your subconscious begins to build it. And remember this, the voice you hear most often is your own. Make sure it's speaking life. Now hear me, my friends. Every generation faces the same silent crisis, the crisis of identity. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy is to live your entire life and never know who you truly are. You see, the world has become a master of labeling people, attaching titles, categories, and stereotypes. Until we start believing the world's opinion is our reality. But you were not designed to be defined by people. You were created to be identified by purpose. Identity is powerful, because whatever defines you, controls you, whoever names you, claims you. When a manufacturer creates a product, they put their name on it, not your neighbors, not the media's, not society's, their name. The name is proof of ownership, a guarantee of purpose. So if God made you, then his name is your identity. And the moment you let anyone else define you, you surrender authorship of your destiny. That's why the enemy of your potential will always attack your identity first before he can defeat your future. He must confuse your sense of self. He whispers, you're not good enough. You'll never make it. You're too broken, until you stop acting like a child of purpose and start living like a prisoner of opinion. Hear me. The world doesn't destroy you by what it takes away. It destroys you by what it convinces you you're not. Look at the story of Scripture. Before Moses could free Israel, he had to learn his own name. Before David could conquer Goliath, he had to remember he was a king in training, not a shepherd boy with limitations. Before Jesus began his ministry, a voice from heaven declared, this is my beloved son. Notice that before his miracles, before his ministry, identity first, because you cannot do until you know who you are. And yet, too many of us are walking around with labels that were never authorized by our Creator. Someone told you as a child that you were lazy and you believed it. Someone told you that you were ugly, unworthy, incapable, and you repeated it. Someone said you would never rise and your words agreed. That is identity theft. It's not what they said that matters, it's what you accepted that became the problem. Let me tell you something eternal. No one has the right to define what they did not design. Your parents gave you a body, only God gave you a purpose. Your culture gave you language, only heaven gave you destiny. You must never confuse description with definition. People can describe your condition, but only God can define your identity. When Abram encountered purpose, God said, no longer shall your name be Abram, you shall be Abraham. When Jacob wrestled with his destiny, God said, no longer Jacob, you shall be Israel. Every time destiny is revealed, identity must be renamed. Why? Because the name you carry determines the nation you birth. Let me speak prophetically to someone listening. Stop answering to names that don't belong to you. Stop answering to failure. Stop answering to average. Stop answering to too late. You are not what happened to you. You are what was spoken over you by eternity. You are not your mistake. You are a miracle in motion. You are not defined by your past. You are refined by your purpose. The world calls you what you were. God calls you what you are becoming. That's why you must be careful whose voice you allow to echo in your head. Every label is a seed. The wrong name can limit your vision, but the right name can launch your destiny. If you keep answering to the wrong name, you will live the wrong life. If you keep believing what others say about you, you will bury what God placed in you. But the moment you reclaim your true name, beloved, chosen, capable, anointed, destined, you begin to attract experiences that match your identity. Because life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. Let me say this again. Whoever names you owns you. So I ask you, who named you? Did society name you? Did failure name you? Did fear name you? Or has God named you? Because if he named you, no insult, no rejection, no past mistake can rename what heaven has already certified. So here's the revelation. You cannot speak right until you know who is speaking through you. When you find your true identity, your words gain authority. You stop begging life for permission and start commanding it with purpose. That is why the battle for your words begins with the battle for your worth. Before you can declare I am strong, you must believe I am worthy. Before you can say I can, you must know I am. Identity is the root. Speech is the fruit. When you know who you are, your words will naturally align with power, confidence, and peace. So reclaim your name. Reject every label that limits you. Speak your true title, child of purpose, ambassador of destiny, creator in training, and watch how your life begins to rise to the level of your true name. Remember this forever. You cannot live beyond the words you answer to. So today, answer only to truth. Speak only from purpose. And never again allow the world to name what heaven has already defined. Now that you understand the power of words and the authority of belief, and you have reclaimed your identity from the hands of those who mislabeled you, it's time to reprogram your life through deliberate declaration. Because, my friends, transformation does not begin with information. It begins with confession. Your words are the architects of your destiny. Your mouth is not just a speaker, it is a sculptor. You carve your life with every sentence you repeat, and until you consciously choose the words that align with who you are in God, you will keep living beneath your potential. So today, I want to give you 7 declarations, 7 sentences of power that will rewire your identity, rebuild your confidence, and reconnect you to your purpose. Each declaration is a seed. Each phrase is a tool to redirect your mind toward the truth of who you are. Say them until you believe them. Believe them until you live them. Live them until you become them. Declaration 1. I am purpose born. You are not an accident. You didn't appear on earth by chance or coincidence. You were released by intention. The fact that you are still breathing is proof that there is a reason you were born. Purpose preceded your birth. Before your parents met, purpose made an appointment with your soul. When you declare, I am purpose born, you remind your mind that your existence is divine, not accidental. You were created on purpose and for purpose. Say it again. I am purpose born. Every morning you say it, you silence the lie that says your life doesn't matter. Declaration 2. I am fully equipped. The Creator never sends anyone into the world empty-handed. Everything you need to fulfill your destiny is already inside you. Gifts, ideas, creativity, resilience. The problem is not lack of ability, it's lack of awareness. You are like a loaded ship that forgot what it carries. When you say, I am fully equipped, you activate what God already placed in you. Stop saying, I don't have what it takes. You do. You just haven't recognized it. Say it with conviction. I am fully equipped. Your belief gives permission to your potential. Declaration 3. I am fearless in faith. Fear is imagination used in reverse. It is faith in the wrong direction. Fear pictures disaster. Faith pictures destiny. The same energy that produces anxiety can produce achievement when it is redirected by belief. So speak to your fear. Don't negotiate with it. Say, I am fearless in faith. Not because fear never knocks, but because you've decided it won't move in. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it through conviction. Every great achievement begins with someone who refused to let fear have the final word. So declare daily, I am fearless in faith. Let heaven hear it and let your fear submit to it. Declaration 4. I am focused and disciplined. Focus is power. Discipline is its proof. Without focus, potential leaks. Without discipline, potential dies. The undisciplined mind is like an untrained horse full of energy but headed nowhere. So tell yourself, I am focused and disciplined. I direct my energy toward my purpose. I am not distracted by comparison, confusion, or chaos. I am consistent in my habits and intentional with my time. Focus attracts clarity. Discipline attracts mastery. And mastery produces dominion. Say it again. I am focused and disciplined. Declaration 5. I am surrounded by the right people. You cannot fly with eagles if you keep walking with turkeys. Your environment is prophecy. The people you allow around you are either watering your faith or draining it. When you declare, I am surrounded by the right people, you align your life with divine connections. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. You become the average of those you associate with. So choose voices that elevate your vision. Stop begging to belong where you don't fit. Destiny requires selective company. Say it boldly. I am surrounded by the right people. And watch how the wrong ones quietly disappear. Declaration 6. I am a creator, not a consumer. You were made in the image of a creator, not just to survive, but to design, to innovate, to multiply. The moment you stop creating, you start decaying. The world trains people to consume, to wait for someone else to build what they need. But you, my friend, are not a product of reaction. You are an agent of creation. Say it. I am a creator, not a consumer. I produce ideas. I contribute solutions. I leave value wherever I go. You are not here to fit in. You are here to add. Every creator is a reflection of the original creator. So create boldly, even if the world calls it strange. Declaration 7. I am becoming what I speak. This is the foundation of all the others. You are not defined by your past. You are being designed by your present confession. Every time you speak truth over your life, you are sculpting your future self. Say it slowly. I am becoming what I speak, not what I fear, not what I failed, not what others said, but what I speak. Your words shape your becoming. The mouth and the mind are partners in creation. So never speak carelessly. Every sentence is an instruction to your destiny. Now put them together and say them again, not as poetry, but as prophecy. I am purpose born. I am fully equipped. I am fearless in faith. I am focused and disciplined. I am surrounded by the right people. I am a creator, not a consumer. I am becoming what I speak. These are not slogans, they are laws. Repeat them daily until your subconscious accepts them as truth. Because when your mind agrees with your mouth, your life will have no choice but to follow. Remember, declarations are not for feelings. They are for formation. Say them when you believe them, and say them when you don't. Because every time you speak truth, a new version of you takes shape. You are speaking yourself into alignment with destiny. And destiny, my friends, always listens to the voice of conviction. Now that you have spoken your declarations, it's time to understand the law that gives them power, the law of repetition. My friends, repetition is not weakness. Repetition is mastery. Anything repeated becomes remembered, and anything remembered becomes reality. Faith does not come by exposure, it comes by hearing, and hearing again. Repetition is the divine technology that rewires the human mind. It's not emotion that changes you, it's consistency. You can shout a declaration one time and feel inspired, but nothing changes until your spirit hears it enough to believe it without question. The human brain was designed to be trained. It learns by patterns. It records by repetition. Every thought you repeat creates a pathway, a little trail in the mind. The more you walk it, the clearer the trail becomes. That trail becomes a highway, and that highway becomes your habit. So when you repeat a word long enough, your mind no longer sees it as a statement, it sees it as identity. That is why God told Joshua, meditate on this word day and night, and you will make your way prosperous. Meditation is not silence. Meditation is repetition with focus. It is saying the same truth until your mind can no longer disagree with it. Joshua was not told to feel strong. He was told to say strength until his soul accepted it as natural repetition. Therefore, it's not boring, it's birthing. When a mother gives birth, she doesn't stop pushing after one contraction. She keeps pressing until life emerges. In the same way, when you keep declaring truth daily, you are pressing through layers of doubt until the new you is born. That's why you must speak your declarations every morning and every night. In the morning, you plant them. At night, you water them. And while you sleep, your subconscious mind tends the garden of your thoughts. The spirit of repetition is not mechanical, it's relational. Every time you repeat a declaration, you are not talking at God, you are talking with Him. You are aligning your words with His word, your faith with His design. When heaven hears consistency, heaven releases confirmation. Let me teach you something powerful. The mind cannot hold a contradiction for long. If you speak one thing but live another, the mind will try to resolve the conflict either by lowering your behavior to match your words or by raising your belief to match your confession. That is why consistency is crucial. The power is not in saying something once with passion, it's in saying it until it becomes impossible to doubt. When you say, I am disciplined, your old self may laugh, but keep saying it. When you say, I am fearless, fear will whisper back, you're lying, but keep saying it. When you say, I am a creator, doubt will point to your past, but keep saying it, because every time you speak truth, you are chiseling away at falsehood. Repetition wears down resistance. Even science agrees. The neural pathways of your brain change with consistent thought. Your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and experience. It only knows repetition. So if you keep repeating limitation, your brain builds a cage. But if you keep repeating freedom, your brain builds a doorway. That is the spirit behind renewing the mind. Renewal is not a moment of inspiration, it's the maintenance of repetition. You must make truth your soundtrack until lies lose their rhythm. This is why I tell people, don't wait until you feel ready. Feelings are followers, not leaders. Repetition trains your feelings to obey your faith. You say it, then you act on it, and soon you feel what you've been saying. Emotion follows confession like a shadow follows light. Now, someone might ask, Dr. Munroe, how long should I repeat it? And my answer is simple: until you become it, because repetition isn't about counting days, it's about creating transformation. Say it until your reflex changes, until your reactions change, until your atmosphere responds. And hear this, when the subconscious finally accepts your new declaration as truth, it starts looking for evidence. It begins to guide your decisions, align your relationships, and attract opportunities that fit your confession. You will meet people who mirror what you've been saying. Doors will open in alignment with what you have believed. This is not coincidence. It's the law of repetition producing recognition. So don't give up. Don't stop speaking. There's a war between your old programming and your new purpose. Your consistency is the weapon that wins it. Keep saying it when it feels dry. Keep saying it when nothing changes, because every repetition builds momentum in the unseen. The farmer doesn't stop watering because the seed is buried. He keeps watering until the roots break the ground. In the same way, keep watering your declarations until they break through visible reality. And I say this to you as a reminder: repetition without revelation is religion, but repetition with faith is transformation. When you speak with conviction and expectancy, repetition becomes worship. You are honoring the law of creation, the same law God used when he spoke the world into being. He didn't speak once, he spoke repeatedly. Let there be, let there be, let there be, until all creation came into agreement. So follow that divine pattern. Let your life echo with let there be. Let there be clarity in my mind. Let there be focus in my heart. Let there be order in my day. Let there be progress in my purpose. Because the more you repeat truth, the more you attract light. And the more light you attract, the less darkness can survive in you. Remember, repetition turns knowledge into nature. It turns revelation into reality. And when truth becomes your nature, transformation is permanent. Say it until your voice becomes conviction. Repeat it until your belief becomes reflex. Live it until your habits echo heaven. That, my friends, is the science and the spirit of repetition. It is how the mind renews, how the heart strengthens, and how the future is formed, one declaration at a time, repeated until destiny agrees. My friends, if your words are the seeds and your mind is the soil, then your environment is the weather that determines whether your garden flourishes or fails. Because you can plant the right seeds, you can water them with faith. But if your environment is toxic, your harvest will still die. The environment of words is one of the most underestimated forces in human life. You become what you consistently hear. You reflect what you repeatedly see. You act like the atmosphere that surrounds you. The truth is simple. Your environment is prophecy. Let me explain. Every word you speak creates a climate. Every voice you entertain adds to it. If your atmosphere is filled with complaint, you will think in complaint. If your circle is filled with doubt, you will speak in doubt. If your surroundings are filled with vision, your words will begin to dream again. That's why I tell people, guard your atmosphere like you guard your anointing. Don't just monitor what you say, monitor who you sit with. Because association determines acceleration. You can't rise above the language of the people around you. You can't walk in purpose while living in pollution. The mind feeds on what the environment provides. Just as a seed cannot grow in a freezer, your faith cannot grow in a cold environment of negativity. If you spend time around people who gossip, you start speaking death even while you're praying for life. If you spend your day surrounded by visionaries, you begin to talk like a builder even before you see results. That's why Proverbs says, he that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Notice wisdom is contagious, but so is foolishness. If you stay long enough around discouragement, it becomes your dialect. If you stay long enough around purpose, it becomes your personality. You are the average, not just of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the product of the 5 voices you listen to most often. And sometimes those voices are not people, they are media, music, movies, and messages. Your playlist is your preacher. Your screen time is your sermon. Whatever speaks into your life the most will soon speak through your life. Let me make this personal. When I began my journey, I was surrounded by poverty, scarcity, and limitation. The community said, this is all we have. This is all we'll ever be. But I decided to change my environment by changing my exposure. I began to read what others ignored. I surrounded myself with possibility thinkers. I built an environment of progress even when I had nothing. Because the first environment you must change is not physical, it's mental. Sometimes you cannot leave the place you are in physically, but you can outgrow it mentally. You can rise within it until it no longer fits you. Don't wait for relocation. Start with re-education. Your world changes the moment your vocabulary outgrows your surroundings. But hear me, this isn't just about people or places. It's also about permission. You must give yourself permission to leave environments that shrink your spirit. If a conversation consistently kills your confidence, that's not friendship, that's sabotage. If a space silences your potential, that's not humility, that's containment. It is not pride to protect your peace, it is wisdom to preserve your purpose. Remember, even Jesus created environmental boundaries. When he wanted to perform miracles, he often put unbelief outside the room. He said, stay here. Why? Because faith cannot operate in an atmosphere polluted by doubt. He understood that the environment of words determines the manifestation of power. So ask yourself today, what words rule your environment? Whose voices echo in your home, your feed, your heart? Does your space sound like fear or faith, complaint or conviction? Because your environment is not neutral. It's either nourishing or neutralizing your destiny. Begin to build what I call a faith zone. Fill your home, your car, your mind with voices that uplift, ideas that challenge, and messages that expand you. Write your declarations where you can see them on mirrors, walls, journals. Let your atmosphere echo your assignment. Speak light over your home. Play music that uplifts your soul. Watch content that stretches your thinking. And most importantly, walk with people who see the future in you even when you can't see it in yourself, because the wrong environment will mute the right potential, but the right environment will amplify your gift. And when your environment starts speaking the same truth as your mouth, transformation becomes inevitable. You see, words build worlds, but environments sustain them. That's why creation didn't end when God said, let there be. He followed his words with a system, a balanced environment where those words could live. Likewise, you must create an ecosystem that supports your declarations, your habits, your relationships, your routines. All must agree with the words you've spoken. So today I challenge you, audit your atmosphere. Ask yourself, what am I consistently hearing? Who am I consistently with? What am I constantly consuming? Because you cannot speak abundance while living in starvation of inspiration, you cannot declare growth while dwelling in decay. Change your environment and you will feel your spirit rise. Change your circle and you will hear your language change. Change your exposure and your imagination will awaken, because every environment carries a climate and every climate produces a kind. The climate of your words produces the kind of your life. If you want a harvest of greatness, you must live in the atmosphere of faith. Build it intentionally, guard it fiercely, and remember, the environment you create today will echo through every word you speak tomorrow. That, my friends, is the law of the environment of words. Protect it, for your destiny depends on it. Now that you've learned how to speak with purpose, to repeat with consistency, and to live within the right environment, I must warn you, not everyone who starts transformation finishes it, because every declaration of destiny awakens opposition. Every time you speak life, something tries to silence it. And the danger is not always outside you. Often the battle is within. There are three great enemies that war against your declarations. They do not appear with horns or weapons. They come disguised as habits, feelings, and thoughts. But if you can identify them, you can overcome them. Because exposure is the beginning of freedom. Enemy has shown the habit of negative speech. The first enemy is the habit of speaking against yourself. Some people sabotage their own success with the sound of their own mouth. They pray for abundance in the morning and complain about lack by noon. They declare healing on Sunday and speak sickness all week. They call themselves failures jokingly, not realizing that heaven has no sense of humor when it comes to words. Let me tell you something. The mind cannot differentiate between sarcasm and sincerity. Every time you say, I'm stupid, I can't, I'm broke, your subconscious records it as truth. You're reinforcing the very pattern you're trying to break. Your life cannot contradict your language. If your words are against you, your destiny has no defender. You cannot use your mouth as a weapon of destruction and expect your life to be a construction site. So the first discipline of transformation is to arrest negative speech. Catch it, challenge it, change it. Before you speak, act. Is this word planting life or death? And if it does not serve your future, silence it. If you can't say something faith-filled, say nothing until you can. Because silence is better than self-sabotage. Enemy hash 2, the frustration of delayed results. The second enemy is impatience, the frustration of delay. Many people start strong but quit when the process feels slow. They declare truth for a week, don't see results, and go back to old habits. But my friends, the power of declaration is not in how fast it works, it's in how faithful you remain while it's working. The seed doesn't grow because you stare at it. It grows because you keep watering it. And faith is not instant. It's incremental. The oak tree does not appear overnight. It grows silently beneath the soil of time. Don't let delay deceive you into disbelief. The process may be hidden, but progress is happening. Your words are working even when you can't see them. Remember the law of gestation. Everything in life takes time to form. Dreams are conceived in the mind, carried by faith, and born through endurance. If you give up in the waiting, you forfeit the harvest. God does not test your vocabulary. He tests your consistency. Can you keep saying the same truth when nothing changes? Can you still declare, I am healed when pain lingers? Can you still say, I am provided for when the bills are due? Because faith is not proven by what you say when you see results. It's proven by what you say when you don't. Delay is not denial. It's development. It's the season where roots grow before fruits show. And those who endure the delay become strong enough to sustain the destiny. Enemy hash 3, the emotion of inconsistency. The third enemy is emotional instability. Emotions are beautiful servants, but terrible masters. When you let feelings dictate your confession, your declaration lose power. One day you feel bold and speak victory. The next day you feel low and speak defeat. That inconsistency cancels your progress. Hear me, faith is not a feeling. Faith is a decision made daily in the face of fluctuating emotion. You don't wait to feel confident before you speak truth. You speak truth until you feel confident. You don't wait to feel love before you affirm it. You affirm it until you feel it. Emotions are indicators, not dictators. They tell you where you are, but they must never tell you who you are. If you let your feelings lead, your declarations will always sound like your circumstances instead of your calling. So what do you do when emotion fights your faith? You anchor your speech in principle, not in perception. You remind yourself, I walk by faith, not by sight. Then you open your mouth and declare anyway. The mature believer doesn't deny emotions. They discipline them. They tell their soul, you will praise the Lord. They command their heart, you will believe the promise. They align their feelings with their faith until peace follows obedience. Now, let me summarize these three enemies in one truth. Negative speech destroys your seed. Impatience starves your seed. Emotional inconsistency weakens your seed. But when you control your mouth, endure your season, and steady your heart, your seed begins to flourish. The garden of your destiny depends on how well you guard these gates. Don't let a single careless word undo months of spiritual planting. Don't let discouragement uproot what you've nurtured. And don't let emotional storms drown the soil of your faith. Stand firm, stay consistent, speak life even when silence feels safer. Because every great transformation requires confrontation, not with others, but with yourself. So from today, make a covenant with your mouth and your mind. I will speak only what aligns with purpose. I will wait patiently for my words to manifest. I will remain consistent even when I don't feel it. That's how you protect your confession from contamination. That's how you turn declarations into destiny. My friends, transformation is not a moment. It is a method. What you say once inspires you. What you say daily shapes you. The true power of declaration is not in emotion, but in repetition turned into routine. Consistency is the bridge between revelation and realization. You do not rise to the level of your declarations, you fall to the level of your daily habits. So if you want your words to become your world, you must turn your declarations into a discipline. Let me show you how. 1, begin each morning with alignment. Before you touch your phone, before you scroll through the noise, speak life into your day. Because the first voice your mind hears determines the direction of your thoughts. Open your mouth and declare your 7 truths. I am purpose born. I am fully equipped. I am fearless in faith. I am focused and disciplined. I am surrounded by the right people. I am a creator, not a consumer. I am becoming what I speak. Say them slowly, not mechanically. Let them enter your heart before they leave your lips. These are not words of wishful thinking. These are the blueprints of your being. Then visualize your day. See yourself walking in focus, handling challenges calmly, blessing others, accomplishing what matters. You must first see it before you can step into it. 2, guard the midday moment. By the middle of the day, distractions begin to invade. The world's noise tries to drown out your conviction. That's why you must take what I call the midday reset. Pause even for 2 minutes and realign. Whisper a declaration under your breath. I am centered. I am in control. My mind is clear. My purpose is alive. You don't need a crowd. You just need awareness. A single moment of refocus can save an entire day from drifting into chaos. Remember, you can't control every event, but you can always control your environment of thought. When life gets loud, lower your anxiety by raising your words. 3, end each night with reflection and renewal. The final words you speak before sleep sink deepest into your subconscious. That's why you must close every day intentionally before you lay your head down. Review your victories, not your failures. Ask, did my words today serve my destiny? If they did, celebrate. If they didn't, correct. Then declare peace. I release what I cannot change. I forgive what I must let go. I rest in purpose. My tomorrow is already prepared. You see, when you end with peace, you program your mind to wake up with purpose. 4, journal the journey. Writing is the visible form of faith. When you write your declarations and reflections, you give your mind something tangible to remember. Keep a declaration journal. Each day, record 3 things: what you declared, what you observed changing, what you're grateful for. Over time, this journal becomes proof of transformation. You read pages from 6 months ago and say, that was me, but it's not me anymore. Because the written word preserves the spoken word and multiplies its effect. 5, build habits that agree with your words. Words without actions create frustration. Actions without words create exhaustion. But when words and actions agree, creation begins. If you declare, I am disciplined, show it by structuring your schedule. If you declare, I am focused, remove distractions that dilute your day. If you declare, I am a creator, spend time building, writing, designing, producing, not just consuming. Faith that is not practiced becomes fantasy. So turn your confession into conduct. Let every action in your day become an echo of your declaration. 6, surround yourself with accountability. Purpose thrives in community. Find someone who also speaks life, a partner in progress. Share your 7 declarations with them and hold each other accountable. Why? Because isolation breeds inconsistency. When 2 agree, strength doubles. When you fall silent, they remind you to speak again. When they grow weary, your voice revives theirs. Remember, consistency loves company. Partnership keeps the fire burning when motivation fades. 7, create a weekly recalibration day. Every week, take 1 day to review your progress. What worked? What didn't? What needs refining? We call this recalibration. Purpose, like a compass, must be checked often. Without recalibration, even the most passionate person drifts. So sit quietly, review your journal, and speak gratitude aloud. Thank God for growth, for small victories, for every inner change that others might not see. Then write new declarations if necessary, fresh words for a new week. You are not repeating religion. You are renewing revelation. 8, protect your mind throughout the day. Transformation is fragile in the beginning. That's why you must guard the gate of your mind. When negativity approaches, don't host it. When gossip begins, walk away. You cannot speak destiny and feed on destruction. Let every input pass through this filter. Does this build my belief or break it? If it breaks it, refuse it. If it builds it, embrace it. Your mind is sacred ground. Treat it as such. 9, live as if the words are already true. Faith is acting on unseen reality. So don't wait for your circumstances to confirm your confession. Live like it's already done. Walk with confidence. Speak with gratitude. Behave with peace. If you've been declaring success, start organizing your life like a successful person would. If you've been declaring leadership, begin serving like a leader now, because the universe aligns faster with those who act from conviction, not from curiosity. You must become the evidence of your own words. 10, end each week with celebration and silence. Finally, rest. Even God, after speaking creation into existence, paused and called it good. Silence is part of speech. Rest is part of rhythm. Take time to breathe, to enjoy, to observe. Transformation is not a race, it's a rhythm of faith, focus, and fulfillment. When you pause to celebrate, you teach your soul that growth is not a burden, it's a blessing. So end your week not with exhaustion, but with gratitude. You're not just repeating words anymore, you're living them. Let me leave you with this. Daily declarations build mental architecture. Repetition builds belief. Environment builds endurance. But discipline builds destiny. When you make your words your way of life, your speech becomes your spirit and your habits become your harvest. That is how you turn declaration into transformation. One day, one word, one decision at a time. Live what you speak. Speak what you believe. And soon, the life you've been declaring will become the life you're demonstrating. My friends, everything we've spoken so far leads to this sacred truth. Words become flesh. That means what starts in your mouth can one day stand in front of you. Your speech is not just communication, it is creation in motion. You see, every time you declare, believe, repeat, and act, you enter what I call the renewal cycle. It has 4 stages, and each one must complete its work before transformation becomes visible. Stage 1, confession, the planting of truth. Every change begins when you open your mouth in faith. Confession is not admitting failure, it's announcing alignment. When you speak truth, you plant divine seed into human soil. You are saying to the universe, let there be. But remember, you cannot confess what you do not believe, and you cannot believe what you do not hear. That's why faith must keep speaking until the heart believes. Your first confession may sound weak, but don't stop. Keep planting until the soil of your soul becomes fertile with faith. Stage 2, conviction. The rooting of belief. After confession comes conviction. Conviction is when what you say starts to take root in what you are. It is when truth moves from your lips to your heart and becomes immovable. This is where transformation gains stability. People who quit often confuse confession with conviction. They speak once, but they never let it settle. When your words have taken root, no opinion can uproot them. Conviction says, even if I see nothing, I still believe something. Conviction is the hidden strength behind consistency. When storms come, conviction whispers, keep going. When delay comes, conviction declares, it's still working. Stage 3, creation, the forming of reality. Once conviction is established, creation begins. This is when invisible belief starts shaping visible circumstance. Doors open, opportunities appear, ideas ignite. It looks sudden, but it's not. It's the manifestation of months of faith. You must understand, nothing new happens outside until something changes inside. Creation is not a miracle from heaven alone. It's a collaboration between your word and God's law. When your internal world agrees with divine truth, your external world begins to reflect it. You start to attract what matches your new identity. You begin to see the world through renewed perception. Even challenges start serving your purpose instead of resisting it. Stage 4, continuation. The sustaining of transformation. And now, the final stage, continuation. Many people experience change, but few sustain it. They reach a breakthrough and then start building. But the renewal cycle is not a single event, it is a continual evolution. The same words that created must keep renewing. If you stop speaking, the old self starts whispering again. So keep confessing, keep believing, keep creating, and keep maintaining. Growth that is not guarded will always regress. You see, the word of God did not become flesh just once in history. It still becomes flesh in anyone who keeps speaking it. Every time truth passes through human lips and enters human action, divinity is made visible again. Now let me leave you with this final revelation. The world you see today was spoken yesterday. And the world you will walk into tomorrow depends on what you're saying right now. You can talk yourself into peace or into panic. You can declare yourself into purpose or into paralysis. The power has never left your mouth. You just have to use it with understanding. When you speak truth long enough, it becomes thought. When you think truth long enough, it becomes behavior. When you live truth long enough, it becomes identity. And when identity aligns with divinity, the word becomes flesh. So here's a renewal pattern I want you to remember forever. Confess, say it, believe, root it, act, live it, continue, guard it. This is how heaven creates, and this is how you must create. You were made in the image of a creator, which means creation is not just his gift to you, it is your responsibility to him. So keep speaking with intention, keep believing with conviction, keep acting with discipline, keep living with gratitude, keep until one day you look in the mirror and realize the person you've been declaring has become the person you are. And when that happens, you will know the law of words has completed its cycle. The unseen has become seen, the promise has become person, the word has become flesh. My friends, that is the mystery and the miracle of transformation. Everything begins with a thought, becomes a word, manifests in action, and lives as identity. You are the proof that faith still works, that words still create, that purpose still breathes. So from this day forward, speak with purpose, believe with conviction, and live with vision, because your destiny is waiting for your next declaration.